Hey y'all, Smoking Uncle Frank here. Thought I'd make a video for you. I had some thoughts. I've been messing around with the sharpening thing, and before I do that, though, I'm gonna open this up for the pipe smokers out there. Some of you guys, I'm sure there's plenty of pipe smokers that are into knives too. So, anyway, 2018, I got this somewhere in 2018. I don't know exactly how old it is, but I know it's about 4 years old, give or take. An older tin because it doesn't have smoke if you die on it, or die if you smoke, or whatever on it, anywhere on there. So yeah, it's pretty new looking. It doesn't have a lot of any kind of show of age, but 4 years old. What can I say? I just wanted to open up a tin of this here, and I'm not a big Scudo fan. I mean, it's okay. I'm not. Mike at Briar Blues, he loves this stuff. I don't know. You know what? It's okay. I'm not gonna pass it up. I'll smoke it. It's good. It's decent. Earthy. Just kind of smells like what you expect Scudo to smell like, I guess. Just Virginia's, whatever else is in there, but nice little rolls in there. It looks like it looks enjoyable. As far as earth shattering or head spinning or anything like, it doesn't knock my socks off. It's good. I like it. I like it. I don't love it. It takes a lot for me to get to that point. I mean, I'm not one of them, but I've already got some tobacco in my pipe, so that's for later. Just thought I'd show you, and I'll talk about that later on. Right now I'm smoking some of that 1820 tobacco that I opened up the other day. I've been puffing on that. Not too bad. You know, it's good. Not great. Just tobacco. It'll fill the bill. My little my tamper. This is a file handle. I brought it home one day to stick on a file, and then it ended up in my ashtray. It's still usable though. I just got to clean it off and stick a file in there once I get something. Speaking of which, I've been researching different things. I bought this. I bought that Lansky system, and problem I was having is it with cause steeper with shallower angles or whatever you want to call that, it's like 17 in that. Depending on the knife, depending on how thick the knife is. If the knife is wider, then you can get out there on the 17. But when you get down to these, well, like for instance, this is a crazy thing I did, but I did it anyways. As I took this one here, and I'm going to show you something here. I took it, I had an idea, and this is my idea. I'm going to stick this is my eye loop. I found out that if I stick that on the camera, then I can get up close and really show you what I did was I reprofiled this thing here. This is the cheap one. This is just the cheap ass switchblade that I bought for $10, but I reprofiled it down to 17, which is probably not really right for the knife, but I wanted to try it, and I figured if I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it with a because from what I understand, when you get down in those lower profile, lower numbers, that you end up with a sharper blade. I don't know if there's any truth to that or not, but I'm gonna find out. I know it came out pretty sharp, but I also know that it was a pain in the ass to do. It took me hours because I had to remove a lot. There was a lot of steel I had to remove on this thing. And I don't know what kind of steel this is made out of. Maybe it's some type of stainless. That's all I know. I don't think it's any kind of real heavy duty steel. It probably doesn't keep an edge for long or anything. But I'm just gonna use it for cutting paper or whatever, opening letters, whatever like that. So that'll be fine for me. So anyway, I did that, and then I got this other one here. This is that cheapo eBay knife that I bought. I'm gonna get on. Oh, this is. I'm gonna explain this later on. I know it looks silly, but it is what it is. This is that cheapo eBay knife that I bought, and I did this one too. But that other one, that one that I had there, that switchblade I just showed you there, that thing there, I'll never do that again. Anyway, this is what I did with the try to get in focus here. Hard to get in focus because you got to really get close with these because it's a 5-power loop that I put on there. I'll show you what I did, but works a little better than my magnifying glass. I don't know if you can see that very well, but I'll flip it over. But I just sharpened this one at 25 degrees, and this is what I used. I just stuck my watchmaker loop up there to try to give you a better view of things. I don't know how well it's going to work for you, but it was something to try. But I took this one here, I just sharpened it at 25 degrees, which was a lot easier because I was really kind of pretty much dead on what it was. Really, I was close to what it was. That's the drawback to this system here, is there's no micro adjustments or anything. You got a choice between 30, 25, 20, and 17. Well, I went 17 on this thing here, which is probably not the thing to do because this blade here was probably factory was probably somewhere in the 20-25 range, I guess. And the problem is that because the blade fits so close, it you got to get it in about you got to get it in well you got to get it in at least up to the see here, you got to get it in at least about that up to there for it to grab well. And I had and when I got it, I grabbed it way towards the back here because that's where I had the most support. Trouble is that because of the slope on this thing here, I couldn't get this last portion, this last segment right here. So what I had to do was what I did was I had to move it way up here to where it was grabbing some enough because back in the back of the blade here it kind of bends back, so I couldn't grab it. So I had to grab it in a way where I could just do it in portions, do a little bit here, and I did my best, and then afterwards that's where this comes in because when I'm sharpening, I like to see what I'm doing, so I put this down and I can get right up on there and I can see what I can see how it's going. So it's a kind of little bit of seeing and feeling both, but I can see when the edge is starting to get that nice V on it, that V shape that I'm looking for. So that's where this is a jeweler's optimizer. It's a 5-power, so I can get a really good magnification on things. And what I do is I stick this on the inside of on the edge of the bathroom sink in the bathroom there, and then I just stick this guy on top here, hold it on top like that, and then what I can do is I can grab it and I can hold it steady and back and forth with the stones, with the diamond stones and the ceramic stones and all that. So I started out with this one here with that switchblade, this one, because I had to remove so much freaking steel. It must have taken me 4 hours or more, I think, because I got tired out the first day and I said to hell with it. I'm not doing it anymore. I just left it rough. Figured, well, I'll finish it. So I went in there today and I think I spent another 2 hours just finishing it up. I went to the I went to the course. I went from course down all the way down through all the different stages. You got coarse, medium. I don't know what medium is. It doesn't tell you what grit or anything. And then fine. And then and then I know what these are. These are the ceramic stones, which is 1,000 grit, and then you got 2,000 grit on this other ceramic stone. So I was able to polish it some, not as much as I would have liked, but that's where my research came in. And then what I did with this with the switchblade was afterwards is I did strop it a little bit with my leather strop here, but I've been fiddling around and researching things, and I noticed that there's another system that I wanted because I wanted to try something. I'm never gonna. One thing I did learn though is that unless you got a thicker, wider blade, like for instance, I'll show you real quick here. Here's a good example. I haven't sharpened this one because it's factory and it's in really nice shape. This is my spider call. Get a look at that one too. As I'm on the show and tell thing here, but let's get this thing over here more over the damn thing so I can get up higher. Come on, get up there. There we go. That's pretty good, I guess. But you can see it's not shiny or anything. It's a factory edge, but boy, this thing is like it just slices through things like it's crazy sharp. Right at, so I'm not messing with it right now. I'm not gonna fool with it. I'm not even gonna try to polish the edge. The edge is a little dull, but it doesn't matter. It looks good. It's sharp. It cuts really well. Let me get this off of there so you can see me. You know what this is? Painter's tape. I also found another use for this here. If you got a knife and you want to clamp it in one of these systems, uh, that one that I got there has got rubber jaws on it. It's got rubber jaws on it, but if you got to go back any further where the metal is or anything like that, I use one of two things. I either use the painter's tape. I just put a little bit of painter's tape right on the where I'm gonna grab it on the blade, and that keeps the blade from getting scuffed up. Or I got this stuff here. I bought this on eBay. This is something we use at work for buffing and if we want to refinish a band or something. This is polyamide tape. It's super strong tape. It doesn't look like it would be, but it is. It's amazingly strong for if you want to do any cutting on anything and you don't want to scratch up something else. So it works really well. It holds up really well. It doesn't like if you're gonna buff something and you hit this, it's not gonna go through it. It's just not going to. It's gonna stay and it sticks really good. Sticks super well. So that's the way to go. And you can get that for like $8 on. I bought a 1-inch roll. I think there's 36 3,600 feet or something or yards. 3,600 yards or something. I don't know, something like that. Look it up on eBay. You'll find it. Polyamide tape. Even if you screw up the spelling, which I did, it'll correct for you. It'll say did you mean or something. Um, so anyway, I was looking at this, looking at different sharpening systems, and you can get really crazy expensive. You can go with something like, well, let's see, what's your Wicked Edge? Wicked Edge. You're gonna spend over $1,000 for a system like that, unless you're a professional and you're doing it to make money, and you actually got clients that want to pay for you to sharpen their knives, and you're good enough. Because I'm not that good yet. I'm just fiddling around, practicing, but I'm getting there. I'm trying. You can spend crazy money on something like that. Wicked Edge. It's an expensive system, but it's pro. And then you got the one I like, the one I'd like to get, and you're gonna spend probably you're gonna spend a few hundred anyways. I mean, depending, you can get a starter kit, which is it's called the Edge Pro Apex, which is the one that one of the systems that the Apostle P uses. I'll put a link to his channel. He's pretty good, but he uses that. But the Apex system, you can get a starter kit for a couple of $100, a little more than I want to spend right now. Um, and then you got there's another system, which is the one that I was looking at, because that one was like about $50, which is the Work Sharp Precision Adjustable Knife Sharpening System. What I liked about it is that it didn't have any set degrees. It had variances. You could dial it in to like 20, 21. You get those in between numbers, so that one there is good. I think it goes up to 30, which you really don't want to get up. For me, I'm not ever gonna do 30. I'm probably gonna go 20, 21 is probably usually a pretty good angle, somewhere around there for what I'm doing anyways, for some of the knives I'm sharpening, except something like a narrow blade, a skinny blade, like a stiletto or something like that. Like this is stiletto style, and I got one that's even thinner than that, which is my Frank B. I'm sending that one to Apostle P. I'm gonna have him sharpen that one because I can't grab it in any of my devices, and I'm not that good at freehand yet. I got it sort of sharp, but I want to have him hit it because I scratched up the blade some too, and he's got all the tools that he can clean all that, clean up some of those fine little scratches and everything for me, and it's not that expensive. I think he wants like 20 or $25 to do it. So about 20, I think it was 20. He said for that plus the shipping, which is $8. So I'm gonna send him that one, and I'm gonna send him my other stiletto out the front that I did, which I didn't like the way it came out. I kind of got it, but I'd like to have him tweak it for me and put his special touch on it because he's a pro and he knows what he's doing, and I like that knife a lot. So Lansky Systems, okay, it's good. If you don't have a lot of money, and what I liked about the Lansky was the fact that, and which is why I didn't buy the Work Sharp at first, because the you can get a better one for like 119, which you get a lot more stones and things with it. But what I liked about this was it came with a lot of different variants of stones, and there's even one that's not in here that I don't have in here, which is extra coarse. So these two stones were separate. It came with extra coarse, medium, fine, and then it had a slot open for for an extra ceramic stone, but because I don't very rarely use the extra coarse anymore, I've discovered that I can get away with coarse. So I just got that, and then I like the finer ceramic stone. So I like to go down from 1,000 to 2,000 and try to get that edge a little shinier. But I noticed that, and I found a place where you can buy the stuff finally for the Work Sharp system. There's some eBayers that they do them what do they call it, that 3D printing. There's a guy that makes that makes these 3D printed what do they call them things? They're microfilms, which go down to really fine, so you can get that fine polish on things. I'm gonna get the work sharp, but I bought the cheap one, the cheap set, without the case or anything. It just has three stones in it. Goes I forget what grits they are, but you can look it up. Um, let's see if I can look it up for you real quick here. I'm really going into a yammer here. I'm running out of time too. Let's see here. What do we got? If oh, don't come on. No, I don't want to watch your video. I got some YouTube videos up here, and the minute I open up the internet, it's saved there, and it wants to start the damn video, and I don't want to listen to that right now. Let's see here. I got it under knives, tools, uh, wish list. Wish list. Here we go. To a wish list, not that wish list. Okay. Work sharp accessories. You can go to Worksharp themselves and you can get the extra stone. So I'm just gonna buy the stone, the other stone that I need instead of buying 119. I'll just spend another $30 and buy that one other extra stone and I'll be set. I don't care about no damn case. And then there's another one that I saw, which was the one on eBay. If I can find it, I bookmarked it, but where did I put the damn? Oh, it was under info. Info. Um, here we go. This guy sells 3D printed Worksharp precision adjustable um, lapping film slide. And then you can buy the lapping films and you can buy a whole assortment of different lapping films that go on the slide that go on they'll go on the work on the system that I want to get. And you can really put I've seen somebody using it, which is how I found out about it, and it really I mean, this guy he put an edge on that thing that was crazy. It was like a mirror. It was like glass, and that's kind of what I'm trying to go for. I'm trying to go. I want to get that professional look. So, I mean, why do things halfway, right? So I'll put some links down below. I'll put the links down below to where I got all these things, and if you want to look at them or look them up and check them out or anything. But there is one other system that I saw that you can buy, and it's called the Cam. I think it's a CamB or CamB or something. Where is it? I got it on here. I know I do. I know I put it in here with that. Where is it? Oh, KME Precision Knife Sharpening System. You can buy one of those. You can start out with you can get a starter kit for a couple of $100. But you're not going to get the base with it. You're just going to get the device that you can hold it in your hand. I don't like the idea of that. I like to have something to set it on, so I can set it down in the bathroom on my countertop, and then I can set the knife in there, clamp it in place, and then go to work. What's nice about it is the stones are a lot wider. They're bigger, and I think they probably work a lot. It probably works better, at least according to some people it does. But I don't have that kind of money right now because for what I want to get and the extras and everything. I'm gonna be spending for something like that. I'm gonna be spending $300-400 probably, and that's just not in the cards for me. So I'm gonna go with that. I'm gonna try this Worksharp precision adjustable system, which has got pretty good reviews, and then I'm just gonna get that extra stone. Then I'll have all the grits then for $30, and then and for another $20 or so, I can buy the other little lapping thing, and then have all the lapping films, and they last for quite a while, I guess, if you use them right. I know you're not supposed to go forward with them because they're just films. You're supposed to you go backward like you do when you're stropping. You want to go away. You don't want to go forward on the. You don't want to come up on the blade like this because you'll just cut the hell out of things. So not on this knife though. This thing is dull as could be. I can nothing. I'm gonna fiddle around. This is my kitchen knife, and I don't care. It does okay for what I'm doing with it, cutting butter or cheese or something. But I'm gonna probably practice on this one and see if I can get a better edge on it. I got a couple other kitchen knives in there that are dull as hell too. That I want to put an edge on. I got a good set of knives though that I use specifically for their chef knives though. Guy Fieri, good set of knives. Those are sharp as hell. But I'll probably touch them up though one day because they're starting to get a little bit iffy. They were sharp when I got them, but I've used them some, so I probably need to do a little fine tuning on them. Nothing crazy or anything. Probably just mostly just taking a light stone and polish that edge down a little bit, just kind of refine it a little bit better. So anyway, that's what I'm up to. I'll let you know when I get that system and that and I'll let you see when I get about 50 something dollars together and I can send them two knives off to Apostle P because I got to send him a check along with it, and then he takes care of everything for you and sends it back. He said it'd be about 2 or 3 weeks, I guess, schedule, and it doesn't really matter to me. I mean, he as long as he does a good job, I'm happy with that. I can wait. I waited longer for things, so I want to see how. I haven't tested this one out yet, but it feels pretty sharp. I'm probably gonna strop it down a little bit more, get that edge a little finer, and maybe I'll tinker with it on the stone a little bit more because it feels sharp. It feels kind of sharp. I haven't tested it on anything though yet because I don't have anything right now to test it on. I'm pretty sure it's pretty sharp though. I mean, I wouldn't do like I did with that other knife on my face, that's for sure. Or run my finger down it too hard because I'd end up bleeding, and I don't want to do that. So with that, guys, I'm gonna shut up because I'm at 27 minutes, almost 28 minutes now in my video, and I've been flapping my jaws, and well, that's what I'm up to. Like, share, subscribe, hit that bell icon, guys. Love to hear your comments. Have a great day, guys. Bye bye, all.